such girls. We're so sappy. Oh my God. By watching the show, I went through a really bad time where I hurt my back.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. And what a lot of people don't know is that I actually had to get, I'm not gonna get emotional. It was hard because on the real, you have to be real. But at the same time, I was in pain every single day. And people who have chronic back pain, it's no joke. I feel you out there. You can get really depressed because you can't do anything. You can't sit, you can't walk, you can't sleep. And I was just tired of the pain. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna get a cortisone shot. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but the needle is like this long, okay? I not only had to get one, but I had to get two. The first time I didn't go under any anesthesia or anything, so that hurt like a you-know-what. And then I had to do it a second time. And I didn't want to do it alone. My husband was at work, he couldn't get off. And all I did was just have a conversation with Lonnie. And Lonnie said, you know what, I'm gonna be there. Not only were you there, I had to do the twilight and everything, the room was spinning, and Lonnie was making me laugh. And then after that, they thought I had an autoimmune disease. And I had to do all these invasive tests. I had to get my blood drawn, had to do the contrast, with contrast, without contrast, x-rays. And I was scared, I was so scared. But this one right here, I could tell she was tired and she had other things to do. But you showed up, and I appreciate that. Not only did you show up, you would call and you would text me after everything was done. And now I'm happy to say I'm now running, I feel great, but I just wanted to let you know, thank you. I know this, sometimes you always, make fun of me, but your actions show that you love me, and I appreciate that.
You're
so
very
thank you. I didn't know I was gonna go there.
I didn't even, because when she got the shot, I was like, she started bawling. I was like, oh my God. She turned into a riot. Yeah, and I was like, that was at the moment. Yeah, she turned right into her baby girl.
Scared.
And I was like, I'm so glad that I'm here. And then we just started talking. And that's what
me down.
Friends are for. The ladies were out of town. And I knew that, Adam had to work. We're such good friends.
We are.
I love you very much.
I love you too, Lonnie.
I love these two.
Hug it out.
I love you too. Cancers.
Feel the love.
We both are cancers.
We are.
Yeah.
We are. And I appreciate that.
Girls.
I gotta fix my makeup.
Darn it.
Cause now everybody used to make me cry, and then I start crying.
That.
Ladies from the past that we carry with us. Let me tell you mine. Okay, when I was a young engineer, I had to do an internship in order to get my engineering degree. It was me and another young lady, and I will never forget at the exit interview, my boss, gave her interview, and she was always dressed to the nines because she had money, things like that. Me, broke Lonnie, but I was doing my thing. And at the exit interview, I'll never forget, he told me, he said, you know what, you are excellent, you're gonna go all the way, but I just want to give you one suggestion. You should dress like her. She dresses so nice and she dresses professional. And I looked at him because I'm like, I didn't have the money to dress that way. Well, I've always carried that baggage with me. And I'm always particular about how I dress. So when I came to this show and I see how you ladies dress, I get on our stylists and I have to commend them because even though I'm a plus size person, they make sure I dress just as good as y'all. They do. So thank you to the real stylists. They do.
When I was maybe about 16, I told my family that I wanted to become a television host. And I remember my aunt, I can't believe she said this to me. She said, oh, well then you probably should go get your eyes fixed pretty soon because you can heal and by the time you're 18 and you'll get more jobs. And I was like, what do you mean my eyes fixed? What does that mean? She said, look on TV. Do you see any Asian people or anybody with small eyes on TV? And I was like, my eyes are small? I never really thought about that. But it got in my head. And I did look on TV. And everybody in every morning show and everybody that was famous and pretty on the news were models and beautiful big eyes. And it's a very famous surgical procedure in Asia to just get a double lid where your eyes look really wide and big. So I thought about it and it bothered me. Then I started thinking about other things. I started thinking about my skin color is not as white as a lot of the women that I saw on TV and I wasn't as tall and all these other things. And then it got to me so bad that I got angry at my aunt and I decided I gotta go make this on my own and prove that I didn't need any of those things to make it.
Right.
I never actually told you guys this. Being a twin, people compare. And they compare a lot by default. It's not their fault, but sometimes, they see two people and they either say, oh, she's the sexy one or she's the cute one. Well, I was known as the goofy, cute one. And I used to read our fan mail all the time. And that's what I used to get all the time when I was 16 years old. And I kept it. Are y'all crying out too? Jesus.
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, I kept it. So going to college, I carried that. I was like, oh, the goofy, like cute one. I'm not the sexy one. And guys would literally go, oh, you're so goofy, and I always thought it was a negative term, you know, because all I wanted to be was sexy.
Well, if I liked women, you would be mine. All right?
I have a skin disease called vitiligo, and it's so crazy that nobody believes it.
Really?
Oh my God. And the reason why I won't work with a whole bunch of makeup artists is because I don't want other people to see it.
To know?
And know. And so I used to sit on my hands because it's really bad on my hands. And it's so funny that people think I bleach my skin because bleaching won't take on my pigment. It's so crazy. And I tan to try to hide it. And so for me, I just decided, you know what, Tamara, you're going to accept yourself for who you are, because either you're going to like me for me or you're not going to like me for me.
For me, I have a lot of relationship baggage, like feeling like people either did me wrong or didn't want me. And for some reason, I always validated myself with being successful or working. And then there was a period of time between Cheetah Girls and a lot of things that I've done now that I didn't work. And I felt like men wouldn't want me because I wasn't where I was at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, I validated, like, people want to date me because I'm a Cheetah Girl, or, you know, like, I'm successful, and guys will want to date me because of that.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you find yourself at home and your man is getting up and going to work and you don't have a job and you're sitting there watching morning talk shows and you're just like, why would somebody want to date me? Like, you feel like you're not worth, like, what do I have going on for myself? That's something I always carry with me.
Memories about your, this is weird, but like maybe parental memories that you don't want to.
I was just
Because
going
I
to
think-
say, yeah.
But then when you become a parent, you don't remember that, you know?
But what about, like,
What
I
kind of
actually
parental
have...
memories? Like, what do you what do
Okay,
you mean?
I think a lot of us for a long time saw our parents as superheroes. You know, they're these amazing people, and you almost forget that they're humans and that they have flaws and they have bad moments in their lives, moments when they're impatient with you, frustrated. You don't know what they're going through, and then they come home to children. And I just think at times if you could delete maybe a certain memory of maybe not the highlight reel.
I'm right there with you because my parents went through a really rough divorce, and I remember the nights of fighting and the money arguments.
Yeah.
And then us kids having to figure out, are we going to have dinner together tonight or not? My parents were young. My mom had me when she was 16. They were figuring their marriage out. I understand it now. But those times really broke me. If I had to choose something, when you bring that up, I could deal without seeing some of the pain that my parents had to go through as they were figuring out their marriage.
But
Their
do you think
separation
it
was
helps you with
tragic.
your marriage? Because I know for me, you know, growing up and
Negatively?
seeing my mother struggle, it really is a memory because it made me want to really work hard. And I can remember times when we didn't have food.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to erase that because I want to honor her because she's been such a great woman. And you know, it's just some stuff you don't want to, but I understand what you're saying because it's hurtful. But to me, it's like, it's certain memories I think it goes down to who the person is.
Yeah.
I think you can learn from bad memories, but I think traumatic or very hurtful might be something that you do want to erase.
That is true. I can remember my sister and I, when we first moved from Texas to LA as actresses, that wasn't a fun time for my sister and I at all. Kids hated us just because we were on TV. There were times where my sister and I would say, well, maybe we should lie, you know, to them if they saw us on a Barbie commercial or any kind of Barbie commercial because they thought that we thought we were better than them. And those kind of memories, although I would want to forget them, they actually brought my sister and I closer because I thank God I have a twin. We went through that
That's what I'm
together.
saying.
I had a best friend to learn from that, and because of that, you know, we're close.
When I say like family things, and tell me if you agree with this, I think maybe for me, I know that like my dad is a great person. Like I have an amazing dad, but I saw him in sometimes not the best light when families get in situations or, if you're honest, frustrations and spankings, and you sometimes don't see your parents in the best light. Does that make sense?
Yes, of course.
And so maybe if I could like delete that one thing, and then I could see them for who they really are. Because sometimes you don't see people for who they really are when you see them in their bad. Does that make sense?
Of course.
I know what you mean. But I think that's what it's called, working through some things. And maybe it helps build your relationship when you can talk to him.
Well, then, damn, I need to do better.
Yeah, that's the thing about life.
What do you mean you need to do better?
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're
But you
trying
know,
to say.
like, sometimes if you saw, like, my mom went through a lot.
Yeah.
I am Papi, I mean the best. Like, I hate saying that, but if I could delete some things of some moments where you're like, oh, but then you look back and you're like, oh, maybe you had a lot of pressure on your life. Yeah. Maybe you're the only one in this country from your entire family. You're alone. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many things that now as an adult, I could be like, okay, I could get it. I have a better understanding. Mm-hmm. And that's why I wish I could forget so I could have
a better relationship.
Yes.
Have you ever told him how you felt?
When you explain the phobia, I don't think I have a phobia of this, but I do feel like the heart palpitations, the armpit, the can't sleep at night, the anxiety. The fear of not being able to take care of my family is very heavy on my heart. So much that it gets in the way of sometimes me and my husband. It keeps me back from being able to spend comfortably for myself because my parents immigrated here a couple years before I was born, so we didn't have anything. And I distinctly remember this one time my dad got laid off from his job, but he didn't tell us. So I was going past the school office, and I saw my dad talking to the administrators about getting a job as being a janitor. And so I kind of like eavesdropped a little bit, and I just listened, and I remember him saying like, what time can I come after my kids go to sleep? I don't want them to know I work here.
Wow.
And I got so sad about that, and I tried to erase it from my mind. I thought, okay, there's nothing bad about getting a job. Dad's trying to get a new job, that's great.
Yeah.
But then a month later, it's a little weird,
okay.
but I remember he would always, every week, a couple days a week, he would buy Popeye's chicken, and he would bring it home for us. And he never ate with us. He was always like, you know, you guys eat when I'm not hungry, I already ate lunch. And I was like, okay. So we'd eat all the chicken. That night, you guys, I went out for a glass of water after I went to bed, and I saw my dad going through the trash and taking out some of the chicken. And I couldn't watch because I basically was seeing my dad go through the trash, you know?
That's sacrifice, Jeannie. That's nothing to be sad about. He was
big,
a man. He was taking care of his family. That is nothing to be sad about.
He put his children and his family first.
And Jeannie, I want you to know what you do for your parents is enough. They appreciate everything you do for them.
And you don't do just little things. You
do big things.
You have an amazing heart. You have a huge heart. And now I know why you work. You work so hard. You go because you're not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your family. And I know that they appreciate that. And that is a beautiful thing. She just wants to return the favor. You want to return the favor.
And I hear you talk about that, and even just hearing the pressure that you feel now, and the pressure I'm sure you know your dad felt to provide for his family. Do you think that sometimes maybe that's why you don't want to have kids, because you think this is just more people that will depend on me to provide for them, you know, and that you would not want to fail them?
That's deep.
I think that absolutely is true.
Wow.
I think absolutely, because what if, you know our jobs here, I mean, not to put ourselves on the line, but this is a blessing.
It really is.
It's not a guaranteed job.
Yeah.
So, yes, I don't know if I would be able to provide. I mean, you're already planned. You've got to figure out what Aiden's college is. You've got to figure out how Logan is going to be able to go to school with your career and Vince. Like, there's a lot, you guys. And
That's a lot,
But
Jen.
that's
I don't
called
have
life.
all of that. Do you have that figured out? I don't have that figured out.
Nope.
I don't even want you to think that we have our life so planned out and to-do list and we checking it off as we go along. No, we are making up the list as we go along. And that is life. And don't cheat yourself out of being a mother and having that love and bond.
Yeah, because it's
Because
called
you're
life.
afraid.
Everybody, especially our producers, it takes a village to do a TV show.
Yes.
Sally Ann, Shiana, everybody, we appreciate you. Everybody, thank you so much, okay? When you feel...
I had a blast with you girls. You guys are phenomenal.
I'm gonna
I
miss
learned
you.
a lot. I'm gonna miss you. Oh, Lonnie, don't cry. Oh,
You guys don't understand how much this means to us.
don't
When I
cry.
first met you guys, y'all know I'm fans of you guys. So coming into this, I was like, you know, you kind of feel like, who cares what the little cheetah girl has to say? So I just felt so blessed and honored to share my real life with you guys, for people to get to know the real me.
Guys, I gotta tell you, coming onto a show where honestly you're allowed to express your mistakes. Like, I come from the makeover world. You guys see me styling people where I'm trying to help you look perfect.
Right.
But inside, my life isn't perfect, and I'm on a show where you guys actually make me feel like it's okay to live my mistakes.
Oh God, are you crying too now?
Oh, God.
Tamar, I see you over there. Come on, let it out.
I see
Set
a
her
little
free.
bit of it.
Come on. Come on.
Well, it just means a lot because, you know, I come from a family of sisters. And most of the time I feel like they accept me because they're my sisters. But I've been blessed with another set of sisters that accept me for exactly who I am.
Well, I just wanted to say, I started my career with my twin sister, and I have to say, this has been so much fun, and it's so great for you guys to accept me as an individual, as me just being Tamara. It took a lot of courage to be here by myself, but to have you girls alongside me means everything. We're such girls. We're so sappy. Oh my God.
Well, in that case, let's hug it on out, everybody.
I love
Thank
you
you
guys.
guys so much for watching The Real. We love you so much.
Hopefully this is not the end for The Real, you guys, but we're wrapping out today. We love you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for watching our show.
Thank you for being with us, you guys. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Thank you for